There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz .jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
Good morning, everyone. The College of Accountancy and Finance, in partnership with Jobs180.com, would like to welcome you all to today's career session titled Marketing Me Live. So, before we start, we'd like to ask everyone to please join us for the singing of the national anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiging helos ng sinakanan, alam ng puso, sa dikit mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa mandulupin, di ka pasisingin, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mo pagaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na naghihinig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang ay di magtitingin, luman ang araw ng walhabit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo, ang inigaya na pagkay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Thank you for that, Tech. Now, to deliver the opening remarks for this career session, we'd like to welcome Dr. Julieta G. Fonte, College of Accountancy, and Finance to deliver the opening remarks, welcome remarks. Dean Fonte will put you up on spotlight. Ma'am?
Yes. Good morning. For a while lang, ah. Um,
Yes, ma'am. We'll wait for you. Don't worry po.
okay.
If you're ready, ma'am,
Okay.
I give you back the
Ayan.
floor.
I'm already, ready na po ako. Sige. Good morning. On behalf of the College of Accountancy and Finance, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this webinar entitled Marketing Me Live. Curious ba kayo sa title without knowing the topics? A special welcome to our SCO at ISCA, faculty members, CAP administrators, our resource speakers for today, and of course, our partner, jobs180.com. Being a graduating student and looking forward to find a promising job, this webinar is vital to discover the what, the how, and the why should do. So while each of you will choose your own pathway, you will have in your own way, you will all be developing essential capabilities, the knowledge, skills, and habits of mind that will equip you to thrive in increasingly complex and interconnected world. And thrive not just in your professional life, but also in your personal and civic life. So explore the array of learning experiences as you develop ways of thinking crucial to your future. So communication, quantitative reasoning, and something we call the intellectual toolkit. So today, you will hear and learn more about job applications using ResumeLink, interview tips, improving communication skills, and developing a strong work ethic and normal environment. I would like to encourage everyone to embrace this opportunity, listen, and take your notes. Finally, thank you to the organizers of this event. Of course, Mr. Kim Chua of jobs180.com and Chairperson Ria Pahilago. And of course, in coordination with our OJT coordinator, Dr. Catherine Soto. So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat and I hope more learnings for everyone. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Dr. Fonte. We appreciate taking the time po and gracing this event. I'm sure to our audience po, they will be more ready para po sa ating webinar with your with your bas-bas. Ayan, with your blessings for this
Yes.
morning. Ayan, thank you, ma'am. Have a great day po.
Yes. Thank you then. Bye.
Ayan po 'no. So hindi po hindi lang nag-iisa ang ating VIP for this event. So to deliver the inspirational message, we'd also ask a very important person, Associate Prof. Catherine Soto, to deliver a couple of words for the students watching us live today. Dr. Ma'am Soto will put you up. Hi, ma'am. There you go.
Hi, good morning.
Ma'am, you're up. We'll put you on spotlight.
Yes, thank you so much. To our beloved speakers for today's webinar, Mr. Kim Chua from jobs180.com, Ms. Mariel December Palomares from Ernst and Young, Philippines, Ms. Christine Angel May Bernabe from Oracle, Mr. Joshua Inocencio from Inspiro, to our hardworking Dean, Julieta Fonte, to our equally hardworking chairpersons, Mr. Noel Bergonia for our BSA program, Ms. Marieta Duquenia for our BSMA program, and Ms. Ria Pahilago for our BSBA Financial Management program. To our dearest OJT advisors, to our student enrolled in OJT program, parents, guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We all know that Polytechnic University of the Philippines is the top school of choice of many companies when hiring fresh graduates, according to the survey conducted by jobstreet.com Philippines. The respondent companies state that the characteristics of PUPians are very hardworking, often going the extra mile in their jobs, do not tend to complain about tasks, do not give up on assignments given to them. The companies likewise commented the graduates' genuine eagerness to learn and drive in lifting their lives, which in turn drives them to work harder. Indeed, it is the goal of the College of Accountancy and Finance to develop its students holistically, both academic and practical skills, to meet the needs of the industry and to maintain to be the number one choice of employers. The exposure of challenges at work is hardly found in any textbooks nor in the classroom setting. Thus, an internship has become part of the curricula. The internship program or practicum or what we call the OJT or job on the job training, depending on the nature of the academic program, is a course requirement for BSA, BSMA, and BSBA-FM that provides opportunity among the student interns to apply the theories, principles, and ideas learned from the academic environment to actual work setting under the guidance and direction of their training supervisors as well as their OJT advisors. It exposes the students to work realities that will hone their skills and prepare them for the world to work after college. The establishment of the internship program objectives ensures the readiness of the graduates to face various industry challenges, as internship should be dynamic, technical, and managerial skill centered for the student interns to effectively grasp the practical learning in the workplace. It is to provide the student interns the opportunity to acquire practical knowledge, skills, and the desirable qualities and values. So we have here to discuss the business ethics. Though through the initiatives of the administrators of the College of Accountancy and Finance, headed by our dean, this webinar was made into reality. Of course, with the assistance and initiative also of Ma'am Ria Pahilago. Our able speakers will discuss job applications using ResumeLink, will give some interview tips for employment, developing strong work ethics and the new normal environment, and also improving communication skills. We hope that after this webinar, our student interns will enhance their work competencies and discipline as they relate to people in the workplace, become competitive with other applicants for job placements, learn how to network with experienced professionals, develop the necessary skills in handling challenges and complex skills in handling challenges and complex tasks or problems, as well as to identify future career directions and become candidates for future job openings. Always remember what Warren Buffett has said to employers. In looking for people to hire, look for three qualities: integrity, intelligence, and energy. And if they don't have the first, the other will kill you. So make sure you maintain integrity at all times. Who also said that the best investment you can make is the investment in yourselves. So learn from this session. No? The more you learn, the more you'll earn. My dear student interns, continue to build integrity and excel in the corporate world, because you are the only building ones. You are not only building oneself, but the whole PUP community. So let us relax and learn from our speakers. The more you learn, the more you'll learn. The more you'll earn. Have a great day to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you for the wonderful words of wisdom and advices po, Ma'am Soto. So to our audience, thank you, ma'am. Have a great day po. Ayan.
Thank
So
you.
to our audience, you heard it from Ma'am Soto, no? You know what to expect today. So on that, let us show you the topics that we will be discussing for this morning. So jobs180.com will be discussing job applications using the resume link. Ernst and Young will be discussing interview tips. Oracle will be discussing developing strong work ethics and the new normal environment. And lastly, Inspiro will be presenting about improving communication skills. So if you can see, these are big companies who are who are looking forward to hire from PUP, your university. So mabuhay ang mga produkto ng state university talaga. We love PUP. Ayan. So to everyone, let's go to our first speaker. So for our first speaker, we have Sir Kim Chua. He is the managing director for jobs180.com. He has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. He is a trusted resource speaker and he has done over 1,000 career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. Ayan. So to everyone, if you have questions, just put it on the comment section and we'll get to it after each speaker's presentation. So we try to keep everything fast and casual so we can finish 4 topics for this morning. Okay, so Sir Kim, if you're ready, we give the floor to you. Please take it away.
Everyone. Good day to all of you. My name is Kim Chua. Don't forget the wa, baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. And I'm here to share to you about the most secure tool for job application. This is how you can market yourself more effectively and the different ways to do that. Okay, so let me start. Now, when you apply, you probably have a checklist if you're using the right tool. So just go along with me if you have the right, if you have the same checklist that I have. So ito yung mga things na like kong tinatandaan, no? Will my tool or will the thing that I'll be using help me to stand out? That's the first item that is very important for me. Kailangan mag-stand out ako kasi dami-dami kong kasabayan kalaban sa pag-apply. Another thing in my checklist is that, do I have more than one file? Because oftentimes I have a lot of files. May academic records, may mga government IDs, ang dami mga kailangan hingiin ng mga companies. So I'd like to put them all in one file. And this tool helps me to do that. Okay? Another thing that this tool can do is that it allows me to make the process more efficient. Mas napapabilis yung pag-apply. No? Hindi na napapatagal yung pabalik-balik. So, mas mabilis din syempre tayo maka-move forward. Diba? And another thing that this tool can do is that wala tong bayad. Baka mukha lang akong salesman pero libre po ito. Okay? So this tool is absolutely for free. The most important in my checklist is that this tool, okay, makes my information secured. And I think this is the most important question. Do you want your information to be secured? I hope your answer is yes. Okay? And so with that, let me show you ano tong tool na ito. This tool is called ResumeLink. ResumeLink, by definition, is the most secured tool for job application. Okay? This is a personalized URL. It is a link that anyone can open online anytime, provided that they know the link. So let me use an example. If you are John Santos, just in case lang, your name is John Santos, your resume link would look something like johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. So how do you make one? Okay, how do you make one? Now, the first step is for you to register. This is absolutely for free. Wala itong bayad. Okay? So what do? You go to www.jobs180.com and that is where you now register. Okay? As you register, you just simply fill out the information. These are the basic information. You have the account details, you have your personal information, you have your education background, and just in case you have your work experience, whether it's OJT or it's part-time job or whatever yung work experience na yan, then you proceed to that work experience page. Pero pag wala, hanggang dyan na lang tayo sa my education information. Okay? After doing so, you now start to create your resume link. So ano ba ang basihan ng resume link? Kadalasan, ang resume link natin, we base it on our name. We base it on our unique name. Okay, so as an example, if you're John Santos, then you say johnsantos.jobs180.com. Now, what about during scenarios where you create your resume link tapos may nauna sa inyo? May ibang John Santos, may kapangalan ka, no, nauna sa inyo. Ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Na okay, malungkot pag taken na. Okay lang, maging creative lang kayo ng konti. Pwede mo balik na rin. Pwede mo sabihin Santos John. Okay, you can also say Santos J. O kaya J Santos. O kaya JS, di ba? Or SJ. Depende sa link na gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapareho kahit kayo may kapangalan. Now, another thing I'd like to emphasize here, wag po kayong OA. Pag gumawa kayo ng resume link, huwag mo gagawin tipong nakalagay, cutie pie, lover boy, Barbie doll, di ba? Because it doesn't sound professional. Imagine going to a company and the HR will ask you, do you have a resume? Tapos sasabihin mo sa kanya, meron po, ang resume ko ay eljablo.jobsonid.com. Di ba? Baka matakot yung HR sa inyo. So I don't recommend that you do something like that. Just stick to your name. Whatever your name is, it will sound professional. Okay? Now, in creating a resume link, you have to use a valid email. Emails like Yahoo, Gmail, Rocketmail, any email, basta nabubuksan nyo, wag na wag ka lang gagamit ng facebook.com na email. Okay? Do not use something like, example lang patrick@facebook.com na email. Do not use patricia@facebook.com na email. Okay? In short, do not use @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com, you will no longer be able to receive notifications being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Okay? So use something that you can open. Why is it important for you to open your email? Because you have to verify your account. Okay? Remember, pag nag-verify, yan ang ebidensya na ikaw nag-register talaga. Yan ang proof. Diba? And at the same time, if you verify your account, then you'll be receiving notifications from the companies as well as Jobs on 80. If you do not verify your account, hindi nyo na po marireceive yung mga notification ng mga companies. So, sayang naman. Diba? Might as well verify your account first. Okay? Now, you're done with the first step. After you verify. So, ano na ang second step? Ang second step is the most logical of all the steps. You have to complete all the information. Very logical. Sino sa inyo mag-apply sa mga kumpanya, bungi-bungi detalye? Sino sa inyo magbibigay ng resume sa mga HR tapos kulang-kulang details nyo? I don't think you'll do that because you're just wasting your time. Instead, kumpletuhin yung information nyo bago kayo mag-submit dun sa mga companies. Okay? So, step 2, complete the information. And how do you do that? Punta kayo ulit dun sa website, www.jobs180.com, and this time, you don't need to register again kasi may account ka na eh. What you need to do is you have to log in. Okay? Now, as you log in, you start to put your registered email or your resume link and then your password. Na ikaw lang may alam. Okay? Ganun lang siya kasimple. Now, once you're inside your account, you start to fill in the blanks. Ganun lang kasimple. Fill in the blanks. So, the things that you see here, yung mga contents, napakasimple lang. Yung mga personal details nyo, lagay mo dyan. Diba? All the information na sa tingin nyo relevant, you put it there. Now, I have some emphasis lang on items na madalas na may-miss out ito ng mga aplikante. Ano yung mga yon? Sa contact information, you have to put here all the possible ways na pwede kang makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media handles nyo. Ba't ko nasabi yan? Because in reality is, pag tinatawagan kayo ng mga HR, madalas hindi naman ina-answer eh. Lalo na pag hindi nyo kilala, pag nag-ring yung phone nyo, hala, sino kaya ito? Di ba, hindi mo kilala. Ano gagawin? Hahayaan mo na lang. Di ba, antayin mo kung may mag-message sa inyo. Eh, paano kung yung HR hindi naman hindi masipag mag-message? Masipag lang siya magtawag. That's why I recommend you put here all the possible means na pwede kang makontak. Kagaya ng social media nyo. Put your Facebook there, yung mga messenger nyo, mga Twitter nyo, iba pang mga paraan, social media handles para mabilis kayo ma-reach out. Diba? Message na lang. Are you available Thursday, 10 a.m., so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying? Diba? So lahat ng paraan, lagay mo dyan. What else do you put here? You also put here yung inyong mga work options. Sa work options naman, you just choose lang, parang yes or no lang yan, parang switch, no? Kung ano yung mga options na gusto ninyo. No, willing to work night shift, willing to relocate, looking for OJT, you can also put it here. Okay? And then in terms of education, obvious naman, yung alma mater nyo, lagay nyo dito. Diba? Yung mga pampakapal ng resume, sa seminars attended, kahit magkopyahan pa kayo ng mga classmates mo, okay lang. Basta lang make sure, alam nyo na pag-usapan doon sa seminar na yon. Pagdating sa certification, ganun din yan. Walang limit sa space yan. Achievements, recommend ko dito is you don't only put yung mga achievement nyo inside the school. Okay? Kasi hindi naman lahat tayo academically inclined. Some of us are not very active sa school, pero active tayo sa mga social civic organization. Diba? So, even if it's outside of the school, you can also put it there. As long as you think it is an achievement, you put it there. Okay? Now, in terms of skills and languages, isa-isahin ko lang yan ha. Sa skills, do not limit your skills dyan lang sa course nyo. Hindi perkat education ng course mo, ang ibig sabihin, ang skills na alam mo lang ay magturo. Hindi perkat accounting ang course mo, ang alam mo lang gawin or ang skills mo ay mag-debit, credit, at mag-balance sheet. Diba? So, marami kang alam na iba pa mga skills na kahit walang connect sa course, you can also put it here. Sample, photography, diba? Videography, diba? And all the other things, calligraphy, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? When it comes to languages, I'm sure alam nyo, 2 lengguwahe na. At the minimum, you know English and you know Filipino. If you know local dialect, to be specific, lagi mo Tagalog, Chabacano, Bisaya, Kapampangan, diba? Ilonggo, wala naman limit sa space eh. Diba? If you know foreign languages, put it there. Chinese, Japanese, French, Vietnamese, kung ano man yan, ilagay nyo. Because what you're doing is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to the prospective company. Now, when it comes to references, sigurado naman ako yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang tanong lang dyan, kayo ba kilala nila? Kasi madalas pag tinatawagan namin yung mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. Yung pinakamalupit dyan, hindi talaga kayo kilala. Okay, so please advise yung mga references nyo na ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now, at this point, I'd like to highlight yung mga things that you don't find in a traditional resume. Ano yung mga yan? Diba? Ito yung mga yun. Let me start with the portfolio section. The portfolio section is where you now upload evidence of your skills. And I think with this day and age, dito pumapasok yung efficiency ng ating application sa mga companies. Because oftentimes, when we apply to companies, marami mga hinihingi, mga pre-employment requirements. They will ask for mga documents, mga proof that is showing na yun talaga yung mga skills nyo. So, kung ano man meron yung mga documents, you can now take a picture, you can scan them, and you can upload it here. Example, government IDs. Diba? Meron ka mga transcripts, academic records. Diba? You can put that there. Okay? Kung meron mga medical clearance na kailangan, ganun din. Hindi na kailangan magpabalik-balik sa company. Oh, ayos ba? Oh, ito pa. Diba? But wait, there's more. Ito na yun. Itong isa pang gusto ko i-recommend sa inyo, yung tinatawag natin selfie video. Nowadays, I think, it is not very difficult to create a selfie video. Diba? May TikTok nga kayo eh. Diba? Alam mo naman paano gumawa ng selfie video. So I don't need to teach you how to create a selfie video. What I need to share to you na lang is yung anong kailangan sabihin pagka gumawa ka ng selfie video. Okay, this time, what I recommend is you say something interesting about yourself. Okay? So, you pretend that you're being interviewed by the HR. Diba? Ano yung matatanong sa atin? Why should we hire you? Diba? Tell me something about yourself. Why should we consider you among all the other applicants? O, di ba? Ang kagandahan ngayon is you create that video for about 1 minute or less. Hindi kailangan sobrang haba, no? Mga 1 minute lang or less. Pero ang maganda rito is na-evaluate na nung HR yung inyong communication skills. If you can speak in English, then I recommend you speak in straight English. But if you cannot, it's okay as long as you're able to show your personality. You can also showcase here yung mga hard skills nyo. Ano yung mga hard skills? Kagaya ng mga video na panood ko dati, pinakita nila how to use a soldering iron, how to properly handle a welding machine, diba? How to fold table napkins. O, ganun, diba? So, depende kung ano yung mga skills na alam mo at depende kung ano yung nasa field mo rin, diba, na napag-aralan. Diba? So, gusto mo magpakita ka paano mag-balance sheet, pwede rin. O, diba? Again, it really depends on what you wanted to show dun sa HR. Ang point is, you don't need to travel back and forth para lang ipakita on the spot dun sa HR yung inyong hard skills. And most importantly, hindi na kailangan magkaroon ng maraming aberya, maraming istorbo. Diba? Sometimes when we try to contact you for the phone interview, maingay yung background, hindi marinig. Diba? Mahina signal, maingay, ano nangyari, nasa biyahe. Diba? Or sometimes hindi magtugma yung schedule. At least with that selfie video, it makes the process now more efficient. Now, another good thing with the ResumeLink is that you also upload here your profile picture. When it comes to profile picture, you don't need to go to the studio para magpa-picture. Huwag ka na gumastos. Ang importante lang dyan, tumingin ka sa camera, okay, with plain background, at of course, magbihis ka naman ng maayos, di ba? And then, you're good to go. Huwag mo gagawin yung mga nasa right side ng screen niyo. Those samples that I'm showing you, it doesn't look professional. Imagine, di ba, yung mga selfie, mga nilagay ng avatar, yan, huwag nyo gawin yan. Okay, huwag nyo gawin yan. It doesn't look nice, doesn't look professional. Okay? Now, another good thing pa with the ResumeLink is that meron tayong tinatawag na cover photo. Ayan, pasintabi sa matatamaan. May iba sa inyo nakikinig ngayon, hindi naman kayo gifted with writing skills. Some of us are having a difficult time expressing our thoughts and feelings into words. So ano pwede mo gawin? You can now use those pictures to represent your personality or to showcase yung inyong skills. Example, look at the one on the left, yung nasa baba. Ano kaya siya? Sabi ni iba, sir, ophthalmologist, optometrist, or eye expert. Yung nasa kanan, yung nasa taas, ano kaya siya? Sabi ni iba, sir, para siyang admin or clerical work. Or maybe makalat kasi tingnan mo yung lamesa ang kalat-kalat. O, di ba? Again, it depends on the interpretation of the person looking at it. This is an example of someone into HR or maybe into psychology. And this one is an example, it's a very good example, by the way, of someone who wanted to say that there is no shortcut to success. Hindi po yan miyembro na Akit Bahay Gang. Okay? Ang gusto niya sabihin, you will be able to reach yung goal mo by taking one step at a time. Oh, di ba? You get what I'm saying now. So I'm showing you good examples para you can draw inspiration from. And I will also show you not so good examples. Ito yung wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayong magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Maglagay ka ng picture mo dyan. Lalaki man, babae, in between, okay lang. Ilagay mo dyan. Member man tayo ng LGBTQ+, okay lang. You put it there. At least alam ng HR who to expect. A lot of times, yung mga pangalan kasi very interchangeable nowadays. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako, di ba? Eh, pag iba nababasa ko mga resume, ano nakalagay sa resume nila? Chris, nakalagay George, Alex, Sam, Nick. O diba? Joey, I would assume lalaki. Yung pala, babae. O diba? So that's why you better make sure you put your picture there. And wag naman pugot yung ulo nyo pag nilagay ng picture. Dapat kompleto. Okay? Never leave this blank because if you leave this blank, it will not catch the HR's attention. Trust me. Kung ikaw ang HR, wala ka namang ibang makita dyan, malamang mangyayari dito, next applicant na. Okay? And then if you want to catch the HR's attention, do not create something like this. This is just my opinion. I don't think this looks professional kasi ang dating parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, no? Parang chill-chill, walang pakialam sa buhay. Again, that is just my interpretation. Okay? So I showed you the good and not so good examples para you'll be guided. Now you can just play along later on kung anong sa tingin nyo mas bagay sa inyong background or sa inyong sa gusto niyo ipakita sa personality niyo. Okay? Now let's examine a very good example. Look at this person, itong iExpert. Bakit maganda itong example ng kanyang resume link? Because all the information you're seeing here, kompleto na. 'Di ba? Hindi ka na magpabalik-balik eh. Kung ikaw yung HR, everything that you need to ask or you want to know about the applicant, you already find it here. If you're the applicant, you might as well put everything there para wag mo na antayin pa yung time na hihingiin pa sa ng HR yung mga documents yan. Baka hindi na mangyari yun. Baka may ibang aplikante na mas assertive, nilagay lahat ng mga information na i-process na siya kaagad. Diba? Now, at this point, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, Sir, okay nga tong resume link. Kaso lang, baka naman yung information ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman nakalantad na sa buong internet. Ang sagot ay, hindi. Kaya nga tinawag na the most secure tool for your job application. Diba? Bakit? Because you control your privacy settings. Ikaw mismo as an account user or as a resume link owner, ikaw ang may control ng privacy settings mo. And how will that happen? When you log into your dashboard, as you can see in my screen, when you log into your dashboard, you will find the resume link settings. Pagpunta mo sa settings, mapuntahan mo yung privacy settings at dun ka mamili ngayon ng information you want to show or hide in public. So let me use an example. If you don't want to show your birthday, what do? You turn it off. You don't want to show your references, you turn it off. You don't want to show your address, what do? Turn it off. Diba? So yung mga information na in-off mo, hindi lalabas sa public. Now, if ever lang you decide to change your mind, ang maganda dito sa resume link, updated yan, real time. As in real time. So 5 minutes later, you want to show your birthday, turn it on, what happens? Lahat ng mayroong alam ng resume link mo, alam na niya yung birthday mo. Diba? If 2 days later, you want to show your address, you turn it on, you save your profile, lahat ng may alam ng resume link mo, alam na rin yung inyong address. You get what I'm saying? Diba? So, depende na sa inyo kung ano gusto mo yung on or off. If you want to turn off everything, then okay lang, you can just turn off the button. Enable public resume link, off. Wala nang lalabas sa public, kahit na anong information. Okay? So, yan ang re-remind ko sa inyo. This, the second step is for you to complete the information, and in doing so, please make sure that your profile is interesting, diba? Yung information mo kompleto at updated ang details nyo para mabilis kayo makontak ng mga HR. Now, we go to the last step. Pangatlo na, last step na to. The last step is for you to submit. Now, how will you submit your resume link to those companies? You might be thinking you want to explore opportunities outside of the Philippines. Maybe you want to join some job fairs later on. You want to apply online. You want to, marami, walk-ins, diba? Depende kung ano kasi bumabalik na yung face-to-face ngayon. So, lahat ng mga ipapakita ko sa inyo, lahat ito, practical application. Lahat yan, makaka-relate kayo. Ano yung first one? The first one is you go online. Of course. Diba? Yan ang fastest way. You just connect via your phone, via kung ano man gadget mo, go to jobs180.com, search for companies. And by the way, speaking of search, you can only search for company, tatlo lang pwede mo i-search ha. Search for company name, position title, and location. Doon sa search bar, hindi mo pwede ma-search ang resume link. So example lang, ikaw si John Santos, okay, ikaw si, ako na lang, Kim, halimbawa lang, subukan mo pumunta sa jobs180.com, doon sa search bar, type mo doon Kim. Tingnan mo kung may lumabas. Malamang sa malamang, walang lalabas. Unless may company name, position title, or location na may word na Kim. Other than that, walang lalabas dyan. Kasi hindi siya searchable. So, the only time a company would be able to know your information is if and when you give your exact resume link to that company. So, ikaw may control. Ayos? So, tuloy natin. Okay, tuloy natin. So, if you're going to search for companies, what do? Just go to the website of jobs180.com, search for companies. Kung may lumabas, edi meron. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Diba? Ganun lang yan. Huwag natin pilitin magkaroon ng something kung wala talaga. Diba? Okay, so ano gagawin? Tingnan mo yung mga companies. Kung meron kang type, edi gawin nyo, check nyo yung opportunities. After that, you now submit your information to that company. Okay, and when you submit your information to the company, it will ask for your profile, for your resume link and password. So ikaw lang magbibigay ng consent dun sa company. Okay? Now another option is for you to send resumes via email. Now there's nothing wrong in sending resumes through email. Ang tanong dito is, how are you sending your resumes through email? Do you do it like this? Do you say, Dear HR Manager, I'd like to apply for the following position. This is my resume. Tapos mag-attach ka ng Word file, PDF file, or whatever file you have. If you're doing those attachments pa, ang tawag dyan, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Hindi ko sinabing mali. Ang sabi ko lang, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Bakit? Hindi mo kailangan mag-attach anything anymore. If you're going to write an email and send your resume, just simply type your resume link there. Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. This is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, jobsonity.com. Send. Tapos na. Ganun lang kabilis. Diba? Whatever changes you need to do, you put it inside your resume link. You don't have to keep on sending another attachment. Paano kung imagine mo na lang, nag-attach ka ng Word file. Diba? Ng PDF file. Tapos nagpalit ka ng address, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Email mo na naman yung HR. Dear HR Manager, I'm sending you my updated resume. Ganun ba? Paano kung 2 months later, lumipat ka ng bahay, iba na address mo, send ka ulit ng bagong resume? Dear HR Manager, I'm sending you my updated, most recent resume. I don't think you'll do that. Kasi kung ganun ang ginagawa mo, sayang sa oras yan, nakakapagod sa part mo, lalong-lalo naman sa part ng HR, mas nakakapagod to keep track kung saan dyan yung pinaka-updated na attachment or pinaka-updated na resume ng aplikante. And this time around, if you have your resume link, all you need to do is just update your resume link at lahat na may alam ng resume link mo, makikita nila yung pinaka-real-time update ng profile or information. Ayos ba? Ayos ba? Sige, another one. For those who wanted to use a hard copy, gusto mo talaga may hard copy ka when you apply to those companies, you want to give something, then this is also possible. What do? You go to your dashboard inside your job seeker account, then you can print your resume link. Mamili ka lang, 1 column or 2 column version. Either way, the system will try to compress everything into 1 page. O di ba? Maginhawa sa buhay. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-apply sa mga kumpanya, hindi mo na kailangan mag-prepare ng maraming mga pages. Minsan, di ba, yung mga aplikante, mga 2-3 pages ang isang set ng resume. Palibasa, yung font size 45. Kaya umaabot ng 2-3 pages. O di ba? Pero this time, the system will try to compress everything na into 1 page. Just in case you really want to have a hard copy. O di ba? Tipid. Okay? Another thing pa for me to encourage you to do is you use resume link cards. Resume link cards. Ano tong resume link card? Kung sa mga nagtatrabaho na, ang tawag namin business card. Sa mga nag-a-apply, tawag dyan, resume link card. So in one piece of paper, whether short bond or long bond paper, you can now design it your own way. You can design it, depende kung ano ang gusto mo, pagiging creativity mo. Ikaw bahala. You can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa laki or liit. Diba? Kasi laki ng index card or kasi liit lang ng mga normal business cards natin. Diba? So, depende. So maybe in one long bond paper, you can make 10, 20 sets of cards na. And so after you have it printed out, pwede ka na ngayon maggupit-gupit. Gupit-gupit na lang. 'Di ba? 10 or 20 bawat kumpanya, you can now start to give that as a hard copy. Hard copy pa rin naman 'yan eh. But this time, why am I encouraging you to use resume link cards instead of the traditional long bond or short bond paper? Bakit? Una-una, tipid. Diba? Because of course, right now, eto, tipid. Kasi if you're going to apply to 20 companies, you don't need to print 20 sets of long bond papers. You just need to print 1 long bond paper and cut 20 small pieces of resume link cards. O, diba? That's for the cost side. Tipid na. Pangalawa, at mas importante, security of information. Diba? You want to have peace of mind. Paano ko nasabi yan? Kapag ikaw yung nagbigay sa isang kumpanya ng long bond paper or short bond paper, example lang, no? It's a traditional resume. And for some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Okay? Nilipad ng hangin. Hindi mo kasalanan ng hangin eh. Diba? May nakapulot na stranger. All your information, alam na nung stranger. Tama? And you cannot deny it because you know what I'm saying is true. Diba? Hindi mo kilala pero alam niya yung buong details mo. Now, using your resume link card, same scenario. Nagbigay ka ng resume link card sa company, nilipad ng hangin ngayon. May na stranger na nakapulot, okay lang. Bakit? Kampante ka. Kasi yung resume link, ikaw may control ng privacy settings mo. That's why, in your resume link card, what I recommend, you just simply put your name and your resume link. Dalawa lang. That's it. If you want to put your mobile number, it's okay. It's up to you. You can put it there. Diba? Pero ang point ko is, resume link, pwede na siya makita ng mga HR or mga companies na bibigyan mo. Diba? So you have peace of mind now. Okay? So there's a lot of advantages using resume links. In fact, doon pa lang sa privacy portion, panalong-panalo ka na. Ikaw ang may control ng privacy settings mo real time. Pagdating sa speed of hire, it becomes faster and more efficient because whatever you want to show the HR, you just attach it there. Whatever the HR needs from you, they just ask from you. Diba? You take a picture, you scan them, upload it there, and later on, pag okay na, you now turn off yung privacy settings mo. Diba? Or you can remove them in the attachments. Diba? Cost efficient, definitely wala tong gastos, tipid. Diba? If you're thinking, ay sir, paano po yung internet, kailangan ng pang-load? Pwede ka maging resourceful. Connect lang tayo sa mga libreng wifi. O, diba? And then, pagdating sa flexibility, if you really want to have it printed out, yung inyong resume, you also have the option to print it out. That's like how I showed it to you, 1 column or 2 column version. Either way, it's really up to you. Pero ang point ko is, ResumeLink na lahat yan. Okay? And you can use this to any platform, whatever platform you want to share it to. You want to share it sa mga messenger nyo, you want to share it sa email, sa Viber, sa text, di ba? Gusto mo, kaya ko bahala. Di ba? Gusto mo, sulat mo sa papel, tapos gawa ka ng airplane, palipad mo, di ba? May nakakuha, alam niya yung resume link mo. Ikaw bahala. Okay? Ikaw may control kung sino ang gusto mo bigyan. Okay? You don't have to use your USBs anymore. You don't have to save it sa hard drive. Baka mawala pa yung USB nyo. Delikado. Diba? Wag na. Baka kung ano pa makita ng mga nakakapulot ng mga USB na yan. Okay? So you don't need to worry about compatibility as well because this is compatible to any platform. If you're using Android, you're using Safari, kung ano magamit mo, pwede yan sa kahit anong version. Okay? And so, just to promote lang, if you want to be part of our team, we're also hiring. Mismo sa jobs180.com, we're hiring for several opportunities, several vacancies yan. Check out na lang yung aming jobs180.com/jobs180 na page. Okay? And by the grace of God, shout out lang ako, right now we have more than 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide. From north all the way to the south of the Philippines. Thank you, Lord. O, diba? Ang kinalat namin, hindi lang virus. Biro lang. Kinalat namin, ResumeLink. Yan ang kinalat natin. So, a lot of schools now, including your alma mater, are now using the ResumeLink. So, I hope it doesn't stop here. No? You become a blessing to others as well. If you have friends, you have yung mga relatives mo, na sa tingin mo kailangan nitong tool na ito, you can share it to them. Wala namang bayad eh. Libre naman yan. Okay? And so, as we close this portion, I'd like to discuss some of the frequently asked questions. Baka ito yung mga agam nyo or ito yung mga questions na gusto nyo tanungin. Sagutin ko na muna. Okay? Unang tanong, can I give my resume links to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. Basta alam nila eksaktong link mo at ikaw may control, sino bibigyan mo nun. Ikaw lang ang magbibigay. Diba? So, ikaw lang may alam sino binigyan mo. Okay? Now, second question, is it the same as other job platform kagaya ng JobStreet, LinkedIn, or any other job site? The answer is no. May dalawang pagkakaiba. And let me use an example here. Let me do a shout out to JobStreet, no? Because I think you guys know what JobStreet is. So, shout out lang to them sa mga nasa JobStreet. If you're using JobStreet na resume, you can only apply to companies who are using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. Pero pag gamit mo yung resume link mo, pwede mo yan gamitin kahit na saan, kahit na kanino, kahit na anong platform. Diba? Basta alam ng HR yung eksaktong link mo at ikaw magbibigay nun. That's the first difference. Second difference, if you have already submitted your JobStreet resume to an HR, you cannot change anything anymore. Well, you can on your end, but it will not be reflected on the HR. Hindi siya magiging real-time update. Comparing it to resume link ni Jobs 180, you can update it real-time. 2 days later, 5 minutes later, 6 weeks later, ikaw bahala, anytime nag-update ka ng information, lahat na in-update mo, dagdag bawas, will be reflected real-time across all na may alam ng resume link mo. Okay? So those are the two major differences. Now, pagdating sa pangatlong question, yan ang pinaka-simpleng tanong. Can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na job application platform. Okay? So, use your resume link. Number 4 question, I think is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? The answer is every time. Every time na meron kang babaguhin. Okay? Every time na meron kang babaguhin. Lalong-lalo na yung contact details mo. Kasi imagine, binago mo lahat. Binago mo yung work experience mo, nagkaroon ng awards, nagkaroon ng achievement, hindi ka naman makontak ng HR. Wala rin, di ba? Sayang din. That's why you have to update yung contact details nyo. Okay? And the last question is just a trivia. Trivia lang, palaisipan. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around 180 degrees. And in case you're wondering, no, you wanted to raise a concern, bakit hindi po 360? Kasi pag 360 degrees, you only go back to where you started. Ikot ka lang na ikot, wala kang pupuntahan. 'Di ba? Bumabalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Oh, ha? O, di ba? Char-char lang yan. Okay? So, anyways, again, kung meron pa kayo ibang questions, just in case you have questions, okay, you may send those questions here through our website, www.jobs180.com. You can also email us or email me here sa info@jobs180.com. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, pati na rin sa TikTok. Okay? So, check us out on all our social media platform. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chu. Wa. Don't forget the wa. Okay? Isang magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Sir Kim. So with that, to our audience, the floor is now open for questions. Pwede niyo pong ilagay yung tanong ninyo sa ating comment section and we'll ask it to Sir Kim. So Sir Kim, for the interest of time, bibilisan lang po natin yung Q&A
Sige,
natin.
fast talk
So,
tayo.
first question po, sir. Is it okay to apply for jobs na hindi ka pa qualified for? For example, iba yung course na hinahanap sa job.
Yes, of course.
Or,
It's
for
always okay to
example,
apply. Yes, I understand the question. No? So okay lang naman mag-apply na kahit walang connect sa course mo as long as you have the right skill sets for that. And then at the same time, you have to do your research. Make sure na yung ina-apply nyo, alam nyo yung papasukan nyo. Wag yung click lang ng click, submit na submit, tapos pagka tinawagan kayo, hindi nyo na alam, no, what about the position or what about the company. So you do your part, no, and make sure lang na wag nyo paasahin yung mga kumpanya as much as ayaw nyo rin na kayo ay pinapaasa nila. 'Di ba? There. So, I hope
okay.
na-answer ko yung tanong mo. Yeah.
Next question, sir. Can we ask about average turnaround time?
Average turnaround time depends on the company company hiring process. May ibang mga companies, normally when someone resigns for a certain position, there's about 30 days for them to find the replacement normally. So that's what I'm talking about, normal scenario. So if you're being processed by the HR, so dapat hindi yan 30 days, dapat ma-hire kayo. Dapat normally in 2 weeks time pina-process na kayo at may answer na, may job offer na, no? Normally ganun siya. But then again, I cannot speak for all companies because some of them they might have to fill yung position na mas mahirap, 'di ba? I feel so mas matagal mahanap yung right person. May iba naman they are processing tapos yung tinitender nilang resignation hindi naman 30 days, yung iba mas mahaba, minsan 60 days or a little more pa. So, yeah, pero para sa akin set expectation lang. You can ask the HR what's the timeline, no, for them to give you a feedback. No, kasi madalas pag sinasabi ng HR, we'll just call you. Pagka ganun, medyo mahirap alamin. Kaya titimplahin mo. Kailan yung when you will call me back? Diba? Pwede yan in 1 month, in 3 months, in 6 months, baka in 1 year time, you'll call me back pa rin. Diba? So, yun lang. Set expectations. You can ask naman politely dun sa HR, no? Para alam mo na, no? Para ganun, malinaw.
Okay, so thank you for that, sir. So for our students po, you can visit your school site. That's schools.jobsunique.com/PUP. That's where you see a list of vacancies and openings available to you for fresh grad and OJT or intern positions po. Pwede po
Yes.
dyan. Yeah. So thank you, Sir Kim. Have a great day.
Yes, thank you. Ay, promote lang ko. Quick, promote lang ko. Marami kami opportunities right now. For those who are about to graduate, full-time positions, marami po. Explore lang jobs180.com/jobs180. Or you can also email us your resume link directly sa info@jobs180.com. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that, sir. Ayan. So next up, here to discuss interview tips, we have Ms. Mariel Palomares, Senior Associate for Talent Attraction and Talent Acquisition over at Ernst & Young Philippines. Ms. Yel has been in the industry for more than 10 years, handling different facets of HR. She started with outbound sourcing, then moved to end-to-end recruitment, processing, to facilities and employer relations, to talent marketing, and now handling university partnerships and linkages. So we give the floor to Ms. Yel. Hi,
Hi,
Ms. Yel. How are
Sherry. Good
you? Ayan
morning. Can you
po.
hear me loud and
Yes, ma'am.
clear?
Loud and clear. Ma'am,
Okay,
can
so
we
this is
test your deck?
sure. Because it's the first time that I'm doing this here at the office. So usually I'm at home. So, can you see my screen right now?
Yes, ma'am. Loading lang po. Ayan. So, ma'am, it's up. So, ma'am,
Okay,
we are very strict lang po for the time today
sure,
kasi madami pong speaker. Pero, ma'am, we
sure.
give the floor to you. We'll see you back for Q&A. Thank you, Ms. Yel.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. So, again, I'm Yel from EYGDS. I'm part of the campus team. So, I'm here to quickly discuss interview tips, guidelines on what you should wear, and how to answer common interview questions. So, since we're running out of time in a sense, so I'll just proceed. Okay, so we'll be discussing most common interview questions, importance of dressing up, steps on choosing your interview attire, do's and don'ts of dressing for an interview, and examples of business casual attire for men and women. Okay, so let's proceed with the most common interview questions. So I'm sure you hear this often. Okay, 9 out of 10 perhaps times. So can you tell me something about yourself? Okay, so of course you just need to use the tailoring method, meaning so you may start from if you're the eldest, and then you're this age. I'm 26. I'm currently residing in Pasig, and then I'm a graduate of BS Psychology, something like that, and a chronological approach as well. So, what you need to avoid is, of course, telling your life story and reiterating what's already in your resume. So perhaps you can focus more on skills, hobbies, things that you didn't indicate there in your CV, because of course the recruiters has already read what's in that, and then try to keep it short and sweet. Okay, don't like use 10 minutes of the time to just introduce yourself. Okay, you can practice this at home. Perhaps you can have like 5 to 8 sentences to introduce yourself, and that's already good to go. Next is, why should we hire you? So you need to stay achievement oriented. Tell them if, let's say, you have Latin honors, you're a consistent honor student. If not, let's say if you're an officer of your org, or you were able to won a certain significant contest like a hackathon, or like an audit case, or anything that you think will make you stand out. Okay, so again, you need to make sure that, of course, you need to express excitement for the specific duty. Okay, and embrace I statement. So I was the one who led this project. I was able to. No, usually, you need to use the term or the word I instead of our team, because it might seem that you're just riding in the achievements of the team, rather than you were the ones who specifically led and had that achievement. Okay, so again, for this question, you need to make sure na bida kayo. So you need to highlight everything that can be highlighted. But of course, if I say everything, again, it should be short and sweet. So perhaps around 5 to 8 sentences will do. Don't let's say spend like 5-10 minutes for just this question. And then, what's your greatest strength or greatest weakness? Okay, so this is quite tricky. You need to make sure that it matches with the story, if it's a weakness, and perhaps choose a non-essential skill. For example, if you're trying to apply for an accountancy role, and perhaps you can inform them that your weakness is something that's not directly related to the role that you're telling. For example, well, my weakness is actually doing sales, so that is not really, for example, part of what I consider my strength. But what I do is that I try to practice, read things about it, watch videos, check on podcasts, something like that. So always remember that if you're going to answer, or the question is about weakness, you need to tie it up with something that you're trying to do to make that weakness a strength. Okay? And if it's a strength, make sure that it's not overly aggressive. Siyempre, ayaw naman natin maging sobrang yabang, intimidating, that might even cost us to lose the post. Okay? Because if you're coming a bit strong to the interviewer, they might be reluctant in hiring you because you might not fit with the team. Okay, you might have difficulties in relating to the team if you're overly aggressive. Okay, so make sure that the answer is relevant as well. So don't tell them that your strength is eating or sleeping or shopping. Okay, make sure that it is relevant, it is connected with the job, and at the same time can be connected with the mission and vision, or the values of the company. Okay. So next is, why do you want to work here or work with us? So look at your career goals. Make sure that your goals align with the company. You may include specifics. Okay, because let's say for EY, I want to work in EY because I've learned that EY, since my early days, I learned that Ernst and Young is one of the big four accounting firms in the world. So I want to be part of that. I want to be part of an international company, something like that. Okay, not just telling them, because it's near our house, or because my friend works there, or because I'm just exploring, just want to try something like that. So being not too generic, and being inappropriately funny as well, is not the perfect time to do that. So you need to be professional with your answer. You need to show them that you did your research. Okay, you know who the company is, what's their goals, their culture, okay, and align it to the reason why you want to work there. Okay. And then, what's your greatest accomplishment? Of course, you need to spend time reflecting. You alone know what's your greatest accomplishment. 'Di ba? So, kayo lang makakaalam niyan. And make sure that it's true. Okay? Because if it's not true, it might show eventually, or they might ask for proof. So, make sure to do some research, focus. Okay? And then again, avoid using we too much. Make sure to use I statements, and do not downplay your accomplishment. If talagang accomplishment ito, then consider it as one of your achievements. Okay, so don't feel that you're double taking in terms of pwede ko kayang sabihin to. If you think that it was really a challenging part, that you aced it, you went above and beyond what was expected, then you can consider it as an accomplishment. Okay, so next, what are your career goals? So answer with your short-term or long-term career goals, whichever you think is best. And then again, you need to align your goals with the role and what the company offers. Okay. So for example, currently my main career goal is to advance into a leadership position. Okay. I've recently begun my journey into project management and had the opportunity to guide and coach amazing teams towards success. But dun pa lang sa two sentences na yun, the interviewer will already feel that you're serious, and then you did your research, you practiced and all. 'Di ba? Unlike when you answer them, I actually haven't thought of any goals yet. Perhaps after I graduate, I'll check again if I can plan on something. Kasi pag ganun, they might doubt your capacity to achieve a certain target. Okay, and kasi if you have a goal, you have a path that you want to take towards that goal. So all your decisions will match or tailor that certain path towards that goal. If you don't have even a short-term goal, then they might think twice in getting you on board. Right. So if you check this example, it's just very short. It's less than one, two, three. It's like four sentences only, I think. If my eyes is serving me good right this morning. So right, if you say that genuinely ignited my passion for leading, which is one of the reasons I wanted to pursue this opportunity. Dun pa lang, 'di ba, parang parang medyo bigatin 'to. Alam na alam niya kung ano yung gusto niya, kailangan niya, and he or she knows what's needed to do to get that certain goal. Okay? And then you can tell them that of course you can use skills or techniques, strategies, or lessons that you've learned in school. Okay, so you can also tie that up with that answer. And then another question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years, or 5 years from now, or 10 years from now? Something like this. The question that will really need a lot of research for the role and company. Okay, so if you're trying, of course, you're a fresh graduate, so there's a high chance that it will be an entry level role. So, of course, you need to check out the career path. After the entry level role, is it a supervisory role already, or is it a senior specialist and then a supervisory and then a senior manager role? Then you might don't feel like you're being overconfident when you say that. I hope you can say it in a nice way. Hindi naman yung, by 5 years siguro ako na yung nasa position mo. Parang gano'n. So, syempre medyo arrogant yung dating pag gano'n. You can tell them that, in 5 years, I hope, relying on my hard work and, of course, my mentors, I will be able to at least be in a managerial post, hopefully, if not a supervisory post, something like that. Or if into business, let's say. So I want to besides having to be, let's say, a supervisor or manager, I also want to help the company improve the number, or increase the number of clients, something like that. I want to be the person that the company is who represents the company in in the international field, or speaking to international clients, presenting and closing deals with other clients, something like that. And this is the time where you need to let your enthusiasm shine through. Okay, so you need to, of course, sound excited. Make sure that the energy is there, because of the recruiters also check that. Because if you don't have that certain passion with your answer, or you don't seem energetic, parang napipilitan lang kayo with the role. Parang wala kayong gana. Nasa interview pa lang kayo. So what more kapag pumapasok na kayo, 'di ba? What more kapag crunch time na. So baka naman gano'n na rin yung attitude nyo towards working. So kailangan they need to feel that you really want to be part of the team, and you really want to be part of the company, and that you're planning to stay. Baka naman kasi sabihin niyo, I'm not sure kung after 5 years nandito pa ako sa country. Baka kasi mag-migrate ako. 'Di ba? Though if it's true, if it's not true, if of course we don't know what will happen in 5 years, but you need to make the employer feel that they are investing into someone na willing to contribute to the company. Okay? And of course, common mistakes are discussing goals that has nothing to do with the job or company. Okay, so make sure that it's aligned with the role, and then make sure that the target is realistic. Okay, so baka naman kasi your answer is in 5 years I hope I'm already one of the CEOs of the company. Hindi naman siguro ganon, not unless 'di ba it's a family business siguro. Okay, so and undershooting also works against you. So don't feel like, after 5 years siguro, same thing dito kay entry level, pero I'm happy naman, and I'll stay with the company. Kahit sabihin mong masaya ka and all, paano nangyaring 5 years hindi ka man lang nag-aim for any promotion? 'Di ba? Does it mean that you don't trust yourself, or do you think you're not capable or not confident enough? 'Di ba? So it might sound, it might bring you to a like a negative light if that's the case. And last thing is, do you have any questions for me? Normally this last part of the interview, so what you can ask is regarding the job. Of course, do not ask details about the job na nandun na sa job ad. Kaya nga you need to make sure that you've read it and you understood it. And the company as well, if meron kang questions na hindi naman naka-indicate dun sa website nila, the people, the atmosphere, the waiting game. You can also ask that, like, what will be the next steps, approximately how long it will take for the recruitment process to finish. Will it take like a month or two, or will it just be like 1 to 2 weeks, approximate, something like that. Okay, so next is the importance of dressing up. Next is, of course, we need to dress for success. So it's not just it's visually aesthetic, but based on a study, it really has an effect on people. Okay, so I will not dwell deeper in this study of Lefkowitz, Blake, and Moulton in 1955 because of the time constraints. But of course, what I'm saying is that you often hear that dress for success, power dressing, hindi yun parang naisip lang or pinauso lang ng mga influencers, or para lang mas maraming bumili ng mga dresses nila or shoes nila. There was really a study that indicates that may effect talaga sa tao if you dress accordingly. Okay. And of course, as we all know, as much as we want to avoid, we live in a judgmental world. A world, I know you agree with me. So we are quick to make assumptions and to categorize individuals. So, um, if it's especially if you're dressing up for an interview, you only have like what, 10-15 minutes tops to impress the interviewer. So you need to make sure that those first impressions count. Okay. Plus, this promotes self-respect and self-worth, and you might people will be able to see you and think about you positively. If that's the case, you don't need to wear flashy clothes, shoes that is around like 10,000, 20,000 per pair. As long as it's clean, you're wearing something clean, something that fits you nicely, right? It doesn't smell, or it doesn't you don't have like a weird smell or something, then that's fine. Okay. So, because at the same time, it has an extra boost in your self confidence. It draws the right kind of attention. So, if you're familiar with the term peacocking, or you're familiar, right, with peacocks, how they show and flash their feathers like that. So, it's a practice that involves dressing up in order to get noticed. Okay, notice in a positive way, not notice that you're wearing like a plunging backless and a mid-rib type of top during an interview in a micro miniskirt. Not unless, of course, you're trying to apply for a model post or like something that will be representing a company for a certain media ad. That's of course different. You will be required to dress like that. But if you're trying to be, let's say, part of EY, for example, then we will not be promoting that kind of outfit during an interview. Okay, so it's a step to overall self improvement. So it will also be a gateway to lifestyle changes. Because, of course, if you're conscious of how you look, then you'll see, parang dumadami yata yung breakout skin ko. Perhaps I need to cut back in eating oily food, or parang I'm gaining weight, baka I need to cut back on my sugar, or I need to add 10 more minutes in my cardio, or 30 minutes more, something like that. Okay, so it will keep you productive because, of course, you're when you're dressed to impress, you look well, you feel good, and then you're motivated. Then you get things done and be more productive throughout the day. It also shows your attention to detail, 'di ba? Kaya nga yung iba, pag naka-yellow na pangtaas ta's brown na pambaba, parang nagkakalokohan sa barkada na, "Ay, ano yung outfit mo ngayon 'te, saging?" 'Di ba minsan may gano'n. O kaya green at tsaka brown, "Ay, puno yarn." 'Di ba minsan may mga gano'n kayong comments, 'di ba? Or kapag polka dots na malalaki, 'di ba? Ang aga naman ng New Year. So, of course, you need to make sure that you have this attention to detail. As much as possible, avoid to wear denim on denim, print on print, dito sa taas, polka dot, sa baba, checkered, something like that. Okay, and colors that are not matching. It will be best if you wear neutral colors during an interview. And competitive edge, of course, and again, the important thing is the strong first impression because it will leave a lasting impression. If you dress well, it will show you that you're taking care of yourself and then that you're ready to take care of your customers. Diba? So if they appreciate it if you will have like they show it somehow shows that you took time to prepare, extra effort to prepare. Okay, at the same time it's fun. Okay, so go with what's most suited for you, and never be afraid to change things up every now and then. If you want to level up, if suddenly you want to wear dresses, that's fine. Okay, as long as it's clean, it fits you well, it doesn't have holes in it, then go with it, right? So as long as you're comfortable, especially right now, I think there's a heat wave. So you need to make sure that you're comfortable because if not, you will feel fidgety all throughout the interview. You will tend to, pull your dress here, pull your skirt here. When you're walking, you cannot walk in a proper way because you keep on pulling down your skirt because you're surprised that pag naglalakad ka pala medyo tumataas. Or if you're wearing heels, di ka naman pala comfortable, you might trip. 'Di ba? Something like that. So you need to one of the things then is you need to be comfortable. Steps on choosing an interview attire. So again, you need to the things that you need to consider is that you're trying to make a good impression here. You're not trying to be a supermodel. Well, if you're going to apply for, except if you're going to apply for that post. But let's say for EY, let's take EY for example. You're trying to have leave a good impression, and again, you need to feel comfortable and confident during the interview. You need to dress appropriately. Check the dress code. Is it casual? Is it formal? But dressing for the location is the location on site and the company's headquarters. It might feel, extra hot or extra humid. Okay, and three steps for choosing your interview attire. Also consider common rules of thumb. Okay, prioritize feeling comfortable and confident. Again, make sure it's clean, free of wrinkles, tears, and it's properly fitting. Just one step up from those workplace environment where baka naman casual pala yung attire nung company and then you're wearing a coat and tie. Okay, so just one step up, meaning perhaps business casual will do. Okay, so research the company's dress code if you can check, you can Google it, check their website, check their FB, and other social media pages. Okay, and dress for the interview location as well. Do's and don'ts of dressing for an interview. So do dress appropriately for the company culture and industry. Kaya you need to really research on it. Um, and then neutral and professional colors. Perhaps you can do earth tones or safe colors like gray, white, black, blue, right? Beige. Neat, clean, and well fitted again. So as you can see, it's being reminded of you every now and then because it's really important. And then do accessorize appropriately. Wag naman na you'll wear like large hoop earrings na neon pink yung color. You can wear that during a party, but not during an interview. Okay, so keep jewelry minimal and avoid anything too flashy or loud. As much as possible, perhaps you can wear just one ring, one bracelet, and a necklace. That's simple. Wag naman one necklace nga, yung kapal naman nung ginto mo parang 2 inches na parang nakaganon na yung kulang na lang gumanon na yung leeg mo. Okay, so very minimal. And then don't dress too casually naman. Baka you go there wearing just jeans and flip-flops. Though it's summer, of course, but we don't recommend that for you guys to do that because sometimes there are buildings who don't allow people to go inside when they are wearing slippers or they're wearing shorts or they're wearing sleeveless tops. Okay, so avoid wearing that. So don't wear anything too revealing then and inappropriate. Again, skip muna natin yung plunging, skip muna natin yung mga kita chan outfits natin, skip muna natin yung mga skirt na half nung likod natin is kita na or blouse nga pero super see-through naman, so skip din natin yon. So you need to avoid clothing that are too tight, shorts, or shows too much skin. Again, don't go overboard with accessories. Avoid wearing multiple pieces of jewelry kasi it's distracting at the same time. And sa pabango din. So don't wear heavy fragrances. If you can wear cologne, that's fine. Or mist or something. Lalo na ngayon na sobrang mainit. So hahalo yan sa pawis mo. And pag humalo yung pabango sa pawis mo, baka maging iba na yung amoy. Okay, so there, because if it's overpowering, it's distracting. Okay, so make sure that it's light and it's a subtle scent. Just examples. So here are some examples. I always advise guys to buy one or two chinos if they can. Chinos yung parang gitna ng slacks and jeans. Hindi siya slacks, hindi kasi siya madulas, pero it appears that it's more formal-ish than jeans, pero not too formal like slacks. So gitna lang to be safe. Okay, and you can wear either boat shoes or yan leather shoes if you're comfortable. Okay, so again, it depends if you some companies are allowing let's say pants and sneakers as long as sa pangtaas is short sleeve na polo or polo shirt. So again, you need to research the company dress code. And for women, same thing. So of course, as much as possible, avoid wearing sleeveless blouse. Pero if ever meron kayong cardigan, blazer, coat, then that's fine. You can just put it on top. And then wear heels if you can. If not, then you can wear flats as long as you're comfortable. And again, don't overdo the accessories part. Make sure that your bag or your watch or anything that you wear doesn't clash with your entire outfit. You don't need to spend so much for you to look great as long as it's clean, you're comfortable, you're confident, you don't smell weird. That's fine. Okay. So for employment applications, please out our job opportunities for our Jobs 180 account and or you can just send us your resume link at jobs180.com/EYGDS. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you learned a thing or two with this session. I hope I didn't talk too fast. So anyway, thank you guys for attending and back to you, Sherry.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Yel. So to our audience, the floor is now open for questions. Miss Yel, two questions lang po. Sana
Sure.
mapagbigyan niyo.
Go ahead.
First question po, ma'am. Is it okay if fresh grads negotiate salary? What's your take on this, ma'am? Can they do it? And up to how much? Or gano ka pwede? Or hanggang saan sila pwede mag-negotiate, ma'am?
That's a good question. I experienced that well, I'm not speaking for all the industries, but in EY, it happened to me. If the person is, or if the fresh grad has Latin honors, then yes, they can definitely do that. Siguro yan yung advantage that they worked so hard as a student. Pero if you don't have anything extraordinary, then you might have a hard time doing that. It might seem that you're overly confident or overly aggressive kasi they can choose to to have or to choose this another candidate who is like same skill set as you but is willing to get this certain offer. Okay, so there, based on my personal experience. So I'm not sure with the other companies because most I think have just fixed amount in terms of salary. So but for us they can do that.
Okay. So thank you for answering that, ma'am. Next
Mhm.
question po. Um, is it true, ma'am, chismis lang po ito eh. If you have a failing grade, does this like interfere, or does it matter if you're applying to different employers? Kasi parang may kwento lang, ma'am, na kapag may failing grade daw po, makikita po sa transcript and pwede po siyang i-consider ng employer for hindi ka na pasado, ganun. Ano pong take niyo dito, ma'am?
Actually, to answer that, well, again, not speaking for EY alone, but for some companies, for my previous companies, they do that due to the background checks. That's why they have like background checks, and that's why transcript is part of the documents that you need to submit, because it's like a minus point if you have a failing grade. So sometimes, actually, if they saw failing grade, I think that was one of my previous company, you're already out of the candidates that they can consider. For some, okay, again, not all, but there are some that they just need a transcript just to make sure that you're able to finish the entire 4 year course, or that it's true that you're able to reach up until second level. But there are a few companies that really checks on the grade. So there. So if you
Okay.
have one failing grade will do, but if you have like more than one, or if you cannot, because they might ask you why you failed that subject. So, but if you can, let's say if it's a health issue, for example, you have documents to prove that it's regarding that, then that's fine. However, if it's not anything regarding health, or let's say worst case scenario, something personal happened, then that's why you had like your leave of absence, then that's fine. But if it's a different story, they might not consider. So there's just few companies who do that, not really, it's not that many, so don't be afraid. Because I myself, I don't really have like flying grades when I was in college. I have like a few failing grades, I think one or two, but here I am now. So if you failed, you can just go back on track, make sure you graduate, and make sure you're able to let's say be active in your orgs, have contests that you'll be able to ace at certain achievement. You're gonna add achievements there, but don't be scared. Okay, so ako na yon, living testament. I think I have two or three failing grades when I was in college, but still was able to have a good career, right? And be part of a great company like EY. So you can do that. You can do it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Okay,
Miss Yel. Last question na lang, ma'am, sana mapagbigay
sure,
niyo. Ano pong
sure.
pinakamahirap na tanong na hindi masagot ng maraming fresh grads para they can
Uh,
prepare?
Okay. Sometimes, nahuhuli ko sila in terms of if they're really listening, or they were able to digest the question. Kasi 'di ba a while ago, one of the common questions is how do you describe yourself, or describe yourself, or tell me something about yourself. Normally, what I do is I trick them. I ask them, can you tell me something about yourself that's not indicated here in your resume? So minsan nangyayari pa rin, 8 out of 10 sinasabi pa rin nila yung nandun na. So I'm asking that kasi I was able to read it, may notes na ako. Kumbaga sa'kin, meron ka pa bang puwedeng i-add, or meron pa bang something na gusto mong sabihin sa'kin, hindi naman kailangan achievement. Let's say you can answer it in a way that, "Oh, okay. So, my friends call me Yel." Siyempre wala namang nickname dun sa resume. So, I'm the eldest of two. I have three wonderful daughters, and I love playing basketball. I love watching K-dramas, and I love to travel. So, I guess that's something that's not indicated there. Parang gano'n lang, 'di naman kailangan siya overly, parang i-overthink mo. It's just that I'm checking if you understood my question. Kasi sometimes if you're nervous, it's nerve-wracking na yung interview, you tend to answer immediately without really listening. So,
Ayan.
ayun lang.
Ayan. So, thank you, Miss Yel. Thank you for accommodating
Thank
our
you.
questions. Thank
Thanks,
you, thank you,
everyone.
ma'am. Ayan. So to our audience, please don't be shy to put in your questions para may time tayo for the for the speakers after their presentation, we can still ask them questions. Ayan. So next up, here to discuss developing strong work ethics and the new normal environment, we have Miss Kristen Angel May Bernabe, Miss Camae of Oracle, Campus Talent Acquisition Specialist. Ms. Camae graduated from the University of Santo Tomas with a degree in Human Resource Development Management. She is a highly motivated HR professional with over 5 years of experience in the financial services and technology industry, and equipped with knowledge in recruitment, compensation and benefits, employer relations, and learning and development. She is currently working as Oracle Philippines Campus Talent Acquisition Specialist. So we welcome to the floor Miss Camae. Hi, ma'am. How are you? Good
Hi,
morning.
Miss Sherry. I'm good. How about you?
Ma'am, can we test your deck?
Okay, sure. Sige.
Ayan. Medyo ano tayo, ma'am, crunch time tayo. Limited time
Yeah,
for
ayan.
this morning.
Ayan.
Ayan. So, ma'am, we'll leave you to it and then I'll be back
Okay.
for Q&A. 20 minutes.
Alright.
Thank
Thanks
you.
again, Miss Shari. Thanks for the wonderful introduction. Good morning, everyone. As mentioned earlier, I'm Camae Bernabe, Campus Talent Acquisition Specialist of Oracle. We're so happy to be here. Thank you, Jobs 180, for inviting us. So the COVID-19 outbreak has meant big life changes for us all, including adjusting to new ways of working. While some of us have returned to our normal workplace, many are still working from home. And according to Workable's New World of Work survey, nearly two-thirds of global businesses went fully remote since the pandemic, while about a third went partially remote. Around 71% of companies in the survey stated that remote work will be the new norm moving forward. So working from home does have some perks and benefits that all of us definitely enjoy, especially, di ba, wala na masyadong commute. But for many of us, changes like these have been challenging too. Some people feel stress, anxiety, lack of motivation, worried about future job prospects, and how to juggle work with your personal life. But I'm here to tell you that it's completely normal and you're not alone. Today, we'll be discussing some tips that can help you feel more productive, motivated, and how to take care of yourself while working from home. Also, we'll be tackling how to develop strong work ethics in the new norm. So first step is to set and stick to a routine. Without steady schedules, the lines between work and personal time can get blurry. Follow your normal sleep and work patterns so you can stay consistent. Get up at the same time, eat breakfast, change into your workloads to get you into the mood of working. Try exercising, reading, and listening to music before logging in. And most importantly, when your work is over, stop working. Shut down your computer, stop checking emails, and focus on your personal life. Next step is to make a dedicated workspace. First, you have to find a quiet space in your house away from all the distractions and the people. Even in a small space or shared space, try to designate an area specifically for work. Second, get everything you need in one place. This includes pens, papers, your mouse, headset, your keyboard, and the likes. And lastly, make yourself comfortable. So while it might be tempting to work on your bed, it's much better to sit on a chair and in front of a desk. If you do not have any available office furniture at home, try using things like cushions to support you in your chair and probably a box to serve as your footrest. Next step is to give yourself a break. Making time for breaks is important to help manage feelings of stress. Try to take lunch or regular screen breaks and give yourself time to concentrate on something else so that you'll feel more focused when you return. If possible, spend time outdoors when you can. Set a time to go for a walk, a run, or establish a workout schedule to keep your body moving after hours of sitting in front of your desk. Next step is to stay connected. While working from home has its benefits, you may also feel more isolated. Make sure that you check in on your friends, ask how they're doing, and go out with them occasionally. You also have to make time to socialize virtually. Schedule digital coffee breaks with your teammates, game nights, or Friday inuman. Last tip that I can share with you is to set boundaries. It can be difficult to establish boundaries with other members of your household while working from home, especially if there are other distractions to deal with, like children at home who, wants to play with you and thinks that you're on a vacation. So discuss your needs and remind them that you still have work to do and may require some quiet time to do it. Similarly, set boundaries for work. It's easier to stay logged on when your home rather is your office, but try to switch off and make sure that you have time to enjoy with your family. So remember that this is an unusual situation and things will not feel normal. Be kind to yourself and acknowledge that you might not be as productive as you usually would be if you're working at the office, but be realistic about what you can achieve given the circumstances. And most importantly, don't forget to relax when your work is done. So, now that you know how to work your way in the new normal, let's focus on developing your work ethics and making sure that you have a guide that will help you navigate the corporate world. So before we move on to that, let's define what work ethics is. So work ethics is the ability to have an attitude to perform your job duties with higher moral standards and maintain proper workplace values. It is a soft skill with positive moral values that include teamwork, responsibility, integrity, and discipline. An individual with positive work ethics will think about the ethical implications of everything he does and establish clear boundaries between what they consider appropriate or not. So now that we know the definition of work ethics, let's look at what you should do and focus on developing them. So first is to cultivate self-discipline and develop professionalism. So always strive for excellence when doing the tasks assigned to you and make sure that you finish them on or before the deadline. Anything worthwhile requires discipline, which means staying focused on long-term goals and not being sidetracked by short-term gratification. Develop professionalism by being respectful of others and refraining from participating in any form of office politics. Practice being positive and cordial and develop a reputation of integrity by being honest and consistent with what you say and do. Next is practice punctuality, use your time wisely, and stay balanced. So always be on time and early if you can. I know that we have a culture of Filipino time, but syempre in the workplace, you would want other people to respect your time. So you would have to do the same for them. So if you're early, it will allow you to have time to prepare for the day. Keep in mind, time is money. So focus on completing all tasks on time. Avoid procrastinating and don't leave for tomorrow what you can do today. Having a strong work ethic includes knowing how to take care of yourself. So you have to eat right, get proper amount of sleep, and take time off to recharge and relax. If you keep your priorities clear, you will maintain the proper perspective at work. Next is adopt a can-do attitude. Hastily finishing things and spending too little time planning leads to low quality of work. So it's important that you keep a to-do list with you because this will keep you organized. Always keep in mind to give your best in everything you do at work. Change your attitude towards your job by adopting a can-do attitude, a can-do mindset, and a strong work ethic means setting a standard of excellence for yourself, which means doing your job to the best of your ability. Next is build a reputation for being reliable and responsible. So being dependable and reliable will make you indispensable in the workplace. Go the extra mile to get the job done and volunteer to do tasks without being assigned to you. Always meet deadlines, and when you take on additional responsibilities, make sure you complete them to a high standard. Develop a reputation that you always do what you say you will, and a keen sense of responsibility demonstrates a strong work ethic. Hold yourself accountable for your actions and proactively work to correct the mistakes that you did. Lastly, eliminate distractions and don't let mistakes ruin your progress. We live in a world full of distractions. We own devices that, easily connects us to the internet, and browsing through social media sites can take up a lot of your valuable time in your day and divert your attention from what truly matters. So when you're done working, turn off email notifications and leave social media for when you have nothing better to do. So we all make mistakes, and the trick is to pick yourself up swiftly, learn from it, and move on. No one has ever achieved greatness without slipping along the way. The fact that we are all imperfect makes us all amazing. So the tips that I mentioned should help you increase your ability to foster a healthy approach to work, and keep in mind that strong work ethics can be acquired, and it isn't difficult at all if you put your mind into it. So as a parting thought, change is inevitable. The pandemic was an avenue to find ways on how to improve the current work arrangements, and is a learning opportunity on how to adapt more quickly to changes around us. As Socrates said, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old but on building the new. As we look forward to the future, it is also important for us individuals to adapt and embrace the changes around us. It is equally important to be with a company that will help you empower your career. There are challenges ahead in this new normal, but here at Oracle, we are ready now more than ever. So come and create the future with us. Here's a short video about Oracle to learn more about the industries we support.
Turning on your lights, catching up with friends, home deliveries, receiving healthcare. Some of your most important moments in life, big and small, are made possible through Oracle technology. If you join us, you'll be part of an elite team who help the world's most recognizable brands do what they do best. More than 400,000 businesses around the world trust Oracle to run their mission-critical operations. Like the world's largest bakery, in a single day, Grupo Bimbo uses Oracle Cloud to produce and transport 13,000 types of products via some 53,000 routes. Industry disruptors like Zoom rely on Oracle to innovate in the face of change. When it had to quickly scale in early 2020, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure was able to get them where they needed to be. With the industry's broadest suite of cloud applications, our customers can use emerging technologies to act on real-time insights. That's why when the Premier League wanted to get fans closer to the action, it chose Oracle Cloud. Now you can see inside the beautiful game like never before. Meanwhile, Oracle technology is helping African nations like Ghana save lives with a cloud-based vaccination system. Here, your work will do more than transform the world of business. It will power non-profits and give billions of people the tools to outpace change. Go beyond what's been done before in your career. Create the future with us.
Now that you have a teaser of who we are and what we do, let's talk about some of our impact and industry leadership. We are the only technology vendor that offers both an integrated suite of cloud applications and a cloud infrastructure platform designed for what's next. Our Oracle Cloud was built from the ground up to offer the most complete integrated cloud solution for the enterprise. We've embedded innovative tech like AI, machine learning, and blockchain into every aspect of our cloud. We're also the world's largest provider of cloud applications. Businesses use our applications to inspire the workforce, nail the financials, optimize the supply chain, and create awesome customer experiences. And this is all made possible through our through the work of our people. 133,000 talented employees all around the world, all working together to fulfill our company mission to transform our world for the better through our innovative technology. Given we're a B2B company, most individuals are not aware that they are using Oracle technology and that it is already impacting their lives every day. When I play word association about Oracle, the outdated answer I always hear is databases. While we're proud of this heritage and pedigree, our evolution has steered us to be the world's first autonomous database cloud company. Should you join us, you won't just stay ahead of the curve, but you'll be the one creating it. Now let's take a closer look at our customers. We have hundreds of thousands of clients in different industries, and I've listed here a variety of the more recognizable brands that our graduates work with across the following industries. Some of those are hospitality, financial institution, automobile, telecommunications, retail, utilities, etc. So here are some of our local customers that are using Oracle technologies that you might be familiar with. It's important to note that Oracle is truly a global organization. You'll be likely connecting with global teams every day, and your first connection point would be Oracle Philippines. So let's take a closer look at our operations here. We started our operations back in 1990, and currently we have 6 offices scattered around in Makati. We have 3,200 employees, and demand is expected to increase over the coming years. I hope this helps you better understand more about Oracle today. Let's now turn the conversation to you and how you can help us create the future. Our entire management team fully recognize that every good idea at Oracle comes from our employees. We are focused on building an inclusive, supportive environment where every employee is inspired to do their best work. Let's take a closer look at what that means. Your development is our top priority. We give you the freedom and the skills to write your own success story. What do we mean by this? First, it's our culture of learning. We offer all employees personalized learning paths to help define your career aspirations and put development plans in place to achieve your goals. Next, the way we nurture your professional development. We use our own technology, Oracle HCM Cloud, to manage professional development. It helps open up the door to career conversations and increases your visibility to new opportunities. Our culture of belonging starts with inclusion. We believe that creativity comes to life when you have the freedom to be yourself and the resources to help you do it. Employee resource groups are a vital part of our culture. Groups like OWL, our LGBTQ plus alliance, or the Diverse Abilities Network give a voice to our communities and nurture diverse leaders. At Oracle, we don't think your life shouldn't be on hold from Monday to Friday. Flexible working options gives you the freedom to do things your way, and our work environment supports a healthy lifestyle. This supportive nature extends to our communities. CSR is truly a part of our culture and continuously giving back through volunteering activities. We're happy to offer each employee the opportunity to volunteer up to 40 paid volunteer hours per year. Last year, we actually had a total of 132,800 volunteer hours. Given you're at university, let me share with you some points on education. Did you know that Oracle has 2 high schools? Oracle created and fully funded Ponelopel Oracle Secondary School in South Africa and the Scientech High School in our own corporate campus in California. Although the current situation forces us to work remotely, our company culture can still be experienced virtually. You can expect the same engaging and industry-leading training as before. We are very fortunate that as a company, we have the infrastructure, collaboration tools, and company culture that accommodates flexible working and supports remote teams on a regular basis. I have discussed with you today that we are a trailblazing firm for the last 40 years that continues to lead the market and is changing the world through our technologies and products. So much so that many of the competitors you see on campus are actually powering their businesses through Oracle technologies. Which leads me to ask, why work for companies using our technologies when you can actually join Oracle and help create that technology? We think you'll enjoy making your mark on the world as part of the Oracle team. We have a range of programs for students and graduates based on the career paths you like to pursue. We have three different paths, namely product development, global business unit, and Oracle NetSuite. You can join our product development group to build cutting edge technologies from the ground up. Our global business units combine industry expertise with the latest technology insights, and you can specialize a career with a role focused on Oracle NetSuite, which is the world's number one cloud ERP. One path that you can pursue is through Oracle NetSuite. Kick off your career by learning how to empower customers with the world's number one ERP cloud solution. All graduates will participate in an initial 3 to 6 month enablement program focused on building product knowledge, consulting skills, and implementation proficiency through training and development. We currently have two openings under Oracle NetSuite. For both roles, you'll be the first point of contact of our customers, and you're responsible for delivering world-class customer support experience to help our clients maximize their use of ERP software. The types of customers we encounter ranges from non-technical resources to actual in-house or third-party developers. So the technical support engineer role is open for graduates with courses related to tech, and the other is for graduates with courses related to business and accounting. So we're currently processing applications at the moment, and the program start date will be on July. If you're graduating on September, we have another batch which will start on January. So probably we can process your application later this year. So for the recruitment candidate journey, our process starts with an online assessment for technical roles. The team will share with you the assessment guidelines, and upon receipt, you have to finish the exam within 48 to 72 hours to avoid any delays in your application and to prioritize your application for the July start date. So if you pass the assessment, you will undergo a series of interviews, starting with an initial interview with the talent acquisition team, followed by a technical interview should you pass the initial screening with one of the hiring managers. Once you ace all these assessments, you will then be endorsed for offer. Your recruiter will provide a thorough discussion about the compensation and benefits that you'll be receiving should you decide to join Oracle. Please note that these all processes are being done virtually, and you can be hired at the comfort of your own home. So here are the following benefits of joining Oracle. We are currently on a hybrid work arrangement, and we're also following the standard 40 working hours per week. We support and recognize talent by providing a competitive salary bracket. And on top of that, we also have allowances, Christmas bonus, and 13th month pay. Staying in good health physically and mentally is important to all of us. When you're at your best, so is the work that you do here at Oracle. You'll be entitled to a health insurance worth 500,000 pesos with two free dependents, and your two free dependents will be getting the same coverage as you. Aside from this, you'll also have access to dental benefits, employee assistance program, and annual physical exam. So beyond health and medical plans, Oracle offers employee access to various financial security programs to help you plan for your future, whether through a retirement plan, life insurance, and employee stock purchase plan that protect your income during some of life's tougher moments. Oracle also offers various programs and perks to support your life events, work-life balance, and professional development. We are offering education assistance program in case you want to pursue an MBA or PhD in the future. We can shoulder a percentage of your course fees and textbooks, but keep in mind that the course that you're going to take should be related to the work that you're currently doing for Oracle. We also provide a variety of leaves. Oracle encourages you to take regular breaks from work to relax and recharge your energy levels. We strongly believe that taking time off not just promotes good physical and mental health, but it actually affects your overall well-being. I encourage you to follow us on social media. A quick look at Oracle Careers and our Instagram page provides you with a very clear visual of our culture. Again, thank you for your time today. We look forward to creating the future with you. To know more about our openings, you can visit jobs180.com/oracleph. And yeah, again, we look forward to creating the future with all of you. Back to you, Michelle.
Thank you for that, Miss Camae. So to our audience, the floor is open again for questions. Two questions lang, ma'am. First question. In your personal perspective, what aspect do fresh grads really struggle with when it comes to working from home? Um,
Right.
is it time management? Is it communicating with their colleagues? What do you think?
Mhm. Mhm. For me, siguro, Miss Shari, it would be communicating with colleagues. Kasi, di ba, we're so used to the previous setup na face-to-face. So, it's not that hard to create and build relationships with your teammates considering that you're just fresh out of college and you literally don't know anyone in the company. So, it's quite hard to um, communicate your expectations probably through a virtual setup kasi medyo limited yung resources na pwede natin gamitin. I mean, we're very lucky that technology is like this now as compared before. But, syempre, hindi mo pa rin, iba kasi when you type it compared if you're expressing it. So, parang pwedeng maiba yung tone kapag tinatype mo lang siya through sa Skype, sa Slack, or i-email mo lang. Pwede rin naman you can utilize Zoom para sa calls. At least in that way, you'll be able to see each other virtually. But still, iba kapag personal siya. So, for me, that's one of the challenges of fresh graduates when they join the corporate world with the type of work arrangement na work from home pa rin.
Ayan. So, thank you for that, ma'am. Second question po. For example, if these students would be applying to the work setup
Mm.
positions na eligible for work from home setup, may we confirm, ma'am, that all of the things that they need to be able to work from home, all the enablements will be provided to them before they officially start working, meaning laptop, monitors, all those other things, ma'am.
Yes.
Confirm lang namin kung kasama siya sa parang package nila.
Yes. Okay, so ideally, ano po talaga siya, kasama talaga siya. Well, I know, I'm not generalizing kasi I know there are some job opportunities that doesn't provide the laptop or your work from home setup. Like, I'm not sure, pero di ba yung mga virtual assistants, parang you have to have your own device unless ipoprovide sa'yo ni employer mo. But with Oracle, we do provide everything. I feel like the company is very generous because I'm already 5 years in the industry and based on my experience, ang pinaprovide talaga is laptop. So, even before, kahit nung face-to-face pa na pumapasok sa office, I have my own laptop. Pero, yun nga, as I said earlier, Oracle is very generous. Literal, they provided the whole setup. So, they give us monitor para for easier viewing when we're working, and then they also provided other materials like headset, keyboard, and mouse. So, those are all very useful when working from home. Kasi, ngayon ko na talaga na-appreciate na it's much more easier to navigate your work when you have two screens. Kasi at least, you can multitask na okay, sa screen na to, ito yung ginagawa mong work, and then dun sa isa mong screen, you can focus on this. Or if you're, just focusing on one task, at least parang you have a better view of everything that you need to know. So, yeah, I think for almost all companies provide the equipment, but again, for Oracle, they give you a whole lot more compared lang din sa laptops.
Ayan. So, thank you for that, Miss Camae. Thank you so much for joining us. To the students, please visit the link. It's jobs180.com/oracleph for a list of their openings and job vacancies. Thank you so much, Miss Camae. Hope to
Thank you,
have you
Miss Shari. Thanks,
for
everyone.
another
Have a nice
career talks. Thank you, thank you. Ayan. So, next up, we have here to discuss improving communication skills. We have Sir Joshua Inocencio, candidate engagement sourcing specialist over at Inspiro. He took up visual graphic design and web programming and worked in a jewelry company where he was named Underdog of the Year and Top Selling Associate. Currently, he's part of Inspiro and he is one of the leaders in candidate engagement. So we welcome to the floor Sir Joshua. Sir Joshua, you have the floor po. Your deck is up too. So it's,
Hi,
ay,
Miss
oh,
Sherry.
wala sir. Pa-upload na
Wait.
lang ulit niya, pa-share na
No,
lang.
no worries. Let me share my screen.
So
Sorry,
to
just
our
give me a quick
students, please
second.
hold on. Just a couple more para lang po matapos natin yung four topics natin for this morning. Ayan. Sir, waiting po kami on your end to put up the deck. Ayan.
Ayan. Hi, good morning.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
can you see it, Miss
All
Sherry?
good. Yes, sir. All good, loud and clear. And we'll be back for Q&A. Thank you, Sir Joshua. 20 minutes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, okay. Thank you so much. So once again, hi guys. Good morning. My name is Joshua. I'm, as mentioned, as part of Inspire Philippines. I'm one of the site leaders now for candidate engagement for sourcing specialists. So I hope everyone's enjoying a wonderful day so far. And first, before we proceed, I want to say thank you to our audience from Polytechnic University of the Philippines, especially from the College of Accountancy and Finance, and of course for to Jobs 180 for having me again as your speaker for today. So, all right, our discussion for today will be focusing on improving communication skills. Okay, so before we proceed with our discussion, let's figure out first what is communication. Okay, so communication is simply the act of transferring information from one place, person, or group to another. So we actually use this throughout our daily lives, no? Communicating when it comes to personal concerns, work, education as well. In order for us to learn, in order for us to apply, and of course to know informations that we still don't know. Okay, so let's proceed. So for the communication skills, we need to focus first on the importance of the communication skills. Okay, so why is it important, right? So first up, having strong communication skills aids in all aspects of life. So from professional to personal life and everything that falls in between. So as I've mentioned earlier ago, this is actually the main key in order for us to know and collect the information needed in order for us to proceed with one task. So let's say right now, guys, of course, you're studying, no? Our professors are providing lessons through communicating, right, with you guys in order for us to take in the knowledge that we can actually use further on. Okay, and then of course the next one is good communication skills are essential to allow others and yourself to understand information more accurately and quickly. So in order for us to become more accurate, no, with the details that we actually learned from one another is that through communicating, no, mas madali siya and mas napapa let's say mas napapasmoothen niya yung process in order for us to get the communication instead of via chat only or from SMS or text. So yes, much mas maganda siya if through communicating verbally talaga para alam natin exactly the informations that we need, like from the very small specific details. So yes. So of course, for the communication skills, there's good communication skills, of course, for a great career. And of course, if meron tayong good side, meron tayong bad side, which is the poor communication in the workplace. So first up, succeeding in your career requires good communication skills that you need to know what you want and how you are going to attain it. So being an excellent communicator can help you propel on your career. So we are talking about careers first, no? So in order for us to attain or obtain a specific let's say that you're applying, guys, no, you let's say during an interview, in order for you guys to obtain or attain the result that you wanted to, we need to make sure that we have this good communication skill. So later on we'll discuss what are the things that you need to know, no, in order for you guys to improve your communication skills. Okay, and of course when we say poor communication in the workplace, that means communication drives a workplace through success. That's actually correct. although the detriments of poorly communicating with others may not apparent in the short term. So it has a crippling effect on the workplace in the very long run. So when we have poor communication in the workplace, that can actually result to miscommunication, misunderstandings, and misleading to fall to wrong information. So if hindi tayo clear kasi, no, during the said part of communicating with, let's say, our colleague, of course, you guys, I do believe there's a specific thesis defense, no, lahat naman tayo makaka-encounter or naka-encounter na niyan. If we actually miscommunicate with one another, it's a domino effect. So, one simple error from a certain speaker or certain communicator can actually lead to a different way of ending, different path, no? Kung paano magfa-fall back or mag-end yung mismong task or responsibility. It's the effect, no, at the very end. Okay. So yeah, let's proceed. Now, here we have the exact details that you need to know on how to improve your communication skills. Okay, so first up, number one is listening. So why is this important? Okay, so to become a good communicator, it is very important that a good listener, and of course, it is important to practice active listening, no, during this part, because it comes to the certain point that you need to understand very well on what is being discussed here or what is being told to you. So for this one, clarification actually helps. No, writing down notes can actually provide you from misunderstanding or miscommunicating and even misleading. So yeah, the very first step in order for you to improve your communication skills is through listening. The next one is conciseness. So, convey your messages in a few words as possible. Do not use filler words and get straight to the point. So, rambling will cause actually the listener to tune out. No, when we say tune out, that means mag-iiba yung pagkakaintindi niya. So, if ever that happens, um, medyo magkakaroon tayo ng ano 'no, ng error sa part na yon, especially if you are unsure of what you're talking about. So for this one, you need to avoid speaking excessively and do not use words that may confuse the listener or your audience. Because majority of the miscommunication actually happens when there is too much needless information. So for this one, you just need to keep your communication concise without compromising on the importance of it. So this actually applies to both written and verbal communication. So for example, for verbal communication, let's be straightforward, no? Let's be straight to the point. Let's wag na tayo magpaligoy-ligoy ba. One certain word can actually affect, no, the entire conversation, and also avoid using fillers. So if you are communicating in pure English or fluent English, you just need to communicate in English. If you're allowed to speak in Taglish, just like what I'm doing with you guys right now, that's actually fine. We just need to make sure, no, that we avoid sudden fillers, especially the sudden pauses that actually also affects the entire conversation. Okay, and then for the written communication, you need to make sure that you proofread it for and for other details. No, you need to make sure that the words that you use during that part is correct and accurate and grammatically precise. Because again, one wrong word or one wrong usage of a sentence, grammar can actually affect the entire conversation. So for this one, you need to practice on being straightforward. Next, of course, is body language. So it is important to practice good body language. You can use eye contact and utilize hand gestures. And of course, watch the tone of the voice when communicating with others. So a relaxed body stance with a friendly tone will aid in making you look approachable to others. So ito yung part where masuggest natin 'no, instead of through chat, I know all of us, we are hanging out with our friends or even during virtual classes and all. Um, we actually prefer to do it via with voice attachments instead of just through chat. Kasi right nowadays, no, pag through chat, let's say friendly conversation, we just add the haha at the end. That means our tone is not on a dead mood or di siya dead air. So pag sa virtual naman, we prefer it using voice, receiving voice messages, or attending virtual classes or meetings, just like this one. So bakit mas prefer natin siya? Kasi we can actually determine what is the exact message, literally, the informations that you need, and at the same time, the voice tone, no, ng kausap natin. Kasi baka mamaya mali, nagka-chat lang siya sa'yo, hindi natin alam, wala pala siya sa mood or the speaker is not feeling okay. So that's why we prefer to do things via voice or virtually in order for us to convey or at least to know that the speaker, the tone of the speaker's voice and such, para lang na aware tayo on what's currently happening or what exactly is the discussion then. So eye contact is important when it comes to communication. So look the person in the eye to indicate that you're focused on the conversation. But make sure not to stare at the person as it can make the speaker uncomfortable. Okay, so pwede naman tayo makipag eye to eye contact, but let's not just glare, stare on the speaker. Kasi that kahit sino naman siguro sa atin, no, once that happens, it's very uncomfortable. So you can always blink, change direction quickly, go back to the eye-to-eye contact to avoid the uncomfortable between you and the speaker. Okay. Next one, of course, is confidence. So now we actually do believe when everybody says that confidence is key in everything. So be confident in what you say and in your communication interactions with others. So being confident rather can be as easy as maintaining eye contact. Okay, maintaining a relaxed body stance as well, and talking with or being straightforward. Okay, so try not to make statements sounds like questions and avoid trying to sound aggressive or demeaning. So for that part, no, when you're confident kasi, there's no need for you to change your voice tone, no? Either you wanted to sound serious, there's no need to lower your voice or change your voice tone in order for us to be understood or to be taken seriously. As long as we get the message across, we actually explain it on a simple yet understandable manner, or the message has been delivered or executed properly, actually that's a great representation of confidence. Number five, open mindedness. So, being able to broaden one's mind is the process in order for us to get any situations finished easily and smoothly. So, in situations where you disagree, with someone who has to say, whether it be with an employer, colleague, teammate, classmate, or a friend, it is very important to sympathize with their point of view rather than simply try to get your message across. Okay, so ito yung part where one conversation becomes argumentative or debatable. So we need to avoid that one because in this part, we should always listen at the same time show respect dun sa speaker natin in order for us to get the message across. Okay? So number six is respect. So respecting what others have to say and acknowledging them is an important aspect of communication. So being respectful can be as simple as paying attention to what they have to say and using the personal name and not being distracted by your surroundings can actually also attribute no on showing respect. So by respecting others, the other person will feel appreciated. At the same time, it can also lead to a more honest and productive conversation. So it's not just about listening, being concise, your body language, confidence, and just being open-minded. So you need to show some respect um, during a conversation. So it's not about, as mentioned during the open-mindedness part, no, it's not just about you trying to get your message across, but at the same time, it's you absorbing what the speaker has to say. So again, always remember to show respect because of course respect lead us all to a nice, fruitful and productive conversation. And of course, lastly, using the correct medium. Okay, so guys, hindi ito yung medium like medium order ng fries or ano man ha. Hindi siya about sa food or sa damit. So this is still a part of the improving your communication skills. So there are several different forms of communication to use. It is very important to choose the right one. So for an example, communicating in person about serious matter, let's say when it comes to work. So we have layoff, salary changes, performances, etc. When it comes to studies, let's say you guys in college, theses, um, assignment concerns, project concerns, and so that is actually more appropriate than sending an email regarding the matter. So why is that? In order for us to generally acknowledge and understand the exact question or the exact topic. Kasi pag through chat or through email lang siya ginawa, medyo confusing naman talaga at once end. So we need to be precise and literally be active, no? If kayo yung speaker, sorry, if kayong speaker need to be straight to the point, explain what is needed to be explained and make sure that your the listener understands your the exact point nung sinasabi natin. But if you're the listener, for this one, I highly suggest that you take down notes if ever that it is being discussed with you guys. For example, this one, you can take down notes if you wanted to. Or if not, as long as you can understand and always remember the important details of our discussion, then that's part of using the correct medium. Also, to avoid misunderstanding, actual face to face conversation helps you become more specific when it comes to one's voice tone and deliberation of your message, especially as mentioned if this includes an important or urgent concern. Let's say you are required to attend a meeting. So, through email, sabihin lang sa'yo is what, when, where, yes, what, when, and where, and how to get there, no? So, mas maganda if madadirect siya sa'yo through virtual or at least voice call in order for you to completely analyze din, no? Kasi though andun yung mga informations that you need, but what if you have certain questions? So, that will take much time for you to get the actual response. Unlike pag nakakausap natin sila, you can get the exact response at the same time after you ask your inquiries. Okay, so yeah, that's the 7 things that you should know on how to improve your communication skills. Again, that's listening, conciseness, body language, confidence, open-mindedness, respect, and of course, using the correct medium. Okay, so before we wrap up our discussion, always remember that good communication skills are key to these are key are the keys rather to success. For this one, as mentioned, no, one good communicator requires a one good listener. So that means in order for you to obtain success, you need to be both, no? Need to be a good listener and of course a good communicator. If you can actually apply the 7 things that we've discussed, then of course that can actually lead you to a successful and a fruitful conversation. And much better is you can avoid misleading to some certain informations, miscommunications, and misunderstanding. Okay. So, and that's it for our discussion. Again, thank you all, guys. Of course, I know that you're very busy, and thank you so much for attending this discussion. Especially again to Polytechnic University of the Philippines, College of Accountancy and Finance, to Sir Kim and the Jobs 180 team for having me again today as your guest speaker. So, to know more about Inspiro and our openings, you can go to our Jobs 180 profile. So that's www.jobs180.com/inspiro. Okay, so once again, thank you so much and have yourself all a wonderful day ahead. And please do stay safe, okay? Thank you.
Thank you for that, Sir Joshua. So to our audience, pwede na ulit magtanong. So mauuna po ako para meron kayong time makapag-isip, no? Sir Josh, 2 questions lang po. First question,
Yes.
sir, is it true that if you want to apply to a multinational company like Inspiro, for example, you need to have perfect or you need to be fluent in the English language? What is your advice on this?
Yes, okay. So we all know that the BPO industry, I think this, I'm not only speaking in behalf of Inspiro ha, but I think the entire BPO industry, that's actually a multi language type no of a company. So we're not actually looking for the fluency no of on how one can actually communicate in English, but instead is on how confident they are when it comes to delivering their exact message. Because I've mentioned, if hindi tayo concise, hindi tayo straightforward, hindi tayo ganun ka-confident, then that can actually lead to misunderstanding and miscommunication. Mapa-English man yung language natin, Filipino, mag-Taglish tayo. If you guys know how to speak in different languages, such as Korea, I know that's one in demand. We have Spanish and French. Yes, as long as you are confident and you know how to use the exact words, then that's actually what that that is actually the most required thing no in the BPO industry, for you to be straightforward and of course be confident.
Ayan. So, thank you, sir. So, at the end of the day, hindi naman siya about fluency, but more
Mm-hmm.
on communicating. Ayan. So, next
Yes.
question, sir. With regards to your topic po a while ago, how do you raise concerns with your leads if there is someone from your team who you think has a work ethics issue? Ganyan po, for
Mm-hmm.
example. So, how do you
How?
paano magsusumbong? Ito yung question ko, sir. Paano magsusumbong na professional pa rin, na hindi ka parang, ano naman 'to, sosolera naman 'to or nilalaglag naman ako nito, ganyan.
Okay, so yeah, before ako yung nasa ganyang posisyon, but right now ako yung nakakatanggap dyan eh, no? So, let's go back before, no? I think the part, no, of course, once we are in the workplace, no, lahat is trabaho lang. Let's be professional here. In order for you first to report what's going wrong with your colleague or let's say your teammate, first you need to double check if the information that you already got is correct. If talaga bang ginagawa niya to, or maybe this is by accident before tayo mag-report. So if you first, let's not direct to the team leaders first. Especially if you're already one of the tenured members of the organization, pwede mo silang kausapin professionally, like approach them in the most friendliest way, because we do have two types no of teammates, the one who can handle um criticism and one that has problem on handling it. So lahat naman tayo actually, we have those two types, no? But all of us can actually handle criticism as long as it was delivered to us in a professional way. Hindi naman pwede yung bigla na lang tayong magtatatalak in order to get our message across. So we need to make sure that to double checking nga the informations that we've gathered, no? Then let's talk to them privately. Wala naman sigurong gusto mapagsabihan in public, no? Then let's of course ask what's happening on their end. Are they okay? If they already answered the question, just go straight. I have noticed that you've been doing this lately. Are you okay? So if ever na nag-happen siya ulit, then that's the part wherein you can actually raise to your team leader. So in a part naman na hindi siya pasumbong, but you need to raise na, sir, just to give you a heads up, si ganito, si ganyan, may ganitong ginagawa. I'm not sure if you're aware po. Kasi at the end of the day, it's us respecting the company policy pa rin kasi. So in order for us to get the message across to our team leader, hindi natin isasabihin exactly kung ano yung ginawa. But we need to give them a heads up of what's happening. Like ano yung nangyayaring mali, ano yung nangyayaring error sa end nung team natin, especially if their work ethic is being unprofessional na. Again, because if mag-use tayo ng certain words, that can actually backfire. Once that backfires, it can also affect our image as well. Like for an example, let's say nag-report tayo sa team leader natin or sa supervisor natin. Once na mali information, ang magiging dating kasi nun sa supervisor or sa team leader is you're being too exaggerated. Okay? So masyado mong ine-exaggerate yung nangyari even though that's not really the main concern. Sabihin natin na ang sinumbong natin is, "Si ganito po kumakain during work time po, 'di ba bawal po 'yun?" Yung pala, your teammate is just taking quick bites. Kasi what if naman na di natin alam na yung katimpala natin is from a certain address tapos ang layo ng workplace. So, of course, medyo gutom yun, naubos sa biyahe yung baon niya sa kanyang tummy. So, for that part pa lang 'no, we need to always make sure that we got the exact informations correct, and let's not exaggerate or use a much bigger word when it comes to reporting sa leaders natin,
Thank you
yes.
for that, sir. So may we confirm, sir, that lahat naman po ng issues ay subject to company handbook or employer handbook na
Mhm,
fina-follow din naman po ng mga employees natin. Sir, we have a question here from John Dave. Ayan, sir,
mhm.
mabilis lang po. How can you distinguish confidence from arrogance when evaluating applicants? So this is a good question.
Mhm. Okay, that's actually a good question. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that, Dave. We can actually distinguish if one applicant is being confident or arrogant simply by delivering the message. For example, I myself, I want to just showcase the skills that I have. But if you're going to mention that, oh, I was actually one of the no, to be specific, even though we do not have any proof, that you do not have the proof on your hands that you achieved the mentioned skills, against, no? Or let's say you're trying to compare one thing to another. For an example, ito di natin 'to maiiwasan sa di namin 'to naiiwasan sa interviews, eh, salary comparison. Bakit po ganito, mas malaki po yung kay ganito. So, we have different clients dun sa part na yun 'no, in order for us naman to, profile them because at the end of the day, we still want to provide opportunities and for now, this is year starting. Sana maintindihan nila yun. But if gusto natin makita talaga yung confidence nila, it's about being humble throughout the entire interview para lang din, um, ma-observe natin on how they actually present themselves. It's on the presenting themselves na, eh. If medyo arrogant sila, malalaman niyo pa lang 'yan if they are going to compare, they are going to brag, yun lalo na yung pagba-brag dun pa lang sa part na yun na, before naku ganito talaga sa previous company mga may ma-encounter tayo na gano'n na part. That's already being arrogant. But confidence, that is still being professional, sit straight, chin up, eye to eye, be confident, and just humbly share your experiences and your achievements. There's no need to elaborate exactly what happened, paano mo siya na-achieve, sinolo mo lang ba? There's no need to do that. Even sinolo mo siya, always remember that it's the team or the company's effort pa din. Yes.
Ayan. Thank you for that, Sir Joshua. So, to everyone, may we invite you to look into their career site. That's jobsunity.com/inspiro. Sir Joshua, thank you again for being with us this morning, and we hope we can invite you for future sessions with other universities as well. Thank you, Sir Joshua.
Thank you so much, Miss Shari. Thank you so much, Jobs 180. Thank you.
Yeah, and there you go. So to everyone, we're officially done with the topics that we are set to discuss today. So with that, may we also invite you to listen to the closing remarks to be delivered by Associate Professor Ria Santos Fahilago, Chairperson for the Department of Financial Management. Um, Ma'am Ria, the floor is yours. We'll put you on spotlight.
A pleasant morning to everyone, to our Dean, Dr. Julieta Fonte, ma'am, our OJT Coordinator, Dr. Kathy Soto, ma'am, faculty members from the College of Accountancy and Finance, particularly BSBA-FM and BSMA practicumers, and most especially to our newest partner, Jobs180.com, that brought us our guest speakers this morning, namely Mr. Kim Chua from Jobs180.com, Mariel December Palomares from Ernst and Young PH, Ms. Christian Angel May Bernabe from Oracle, and Joshua Inocencio from Inspiro. This morning was indeed a productive activity spent with our friends from various industries who share their knowledge and experiences to help our dear practicumers be more prepared in their OJT journey as well as in their future corporate careers. Thank you, dear speakers, for sharing your time with us today. To our dear students, we hope that you have enjoyed and learned a lot from this webinar brought to us by jobs180.com. Hopefully, this will be the start of the many webinars that will be prepared for you by our college. Be ready with your reaction and reflection papers to be submitted to your respective advisors. Finally, allow me to take this opportunity to thank all those who made this project very much possible given the very limited time. Mr. Kim Chua and Ms. Shari and team from jobs180.com, our college, student officers from BSBA-FM and BSMA, maraming salamat po. Magkita-kita po tayo sa susunod pang mga webinar ng ating kolehiyo. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Ma'am Ria. Thank you so much for the efforts, all the support back end, so that we could bring this event into fruition. So to everybody, may we invite you to also answer the evaluation forms. So kindly, we'll put this in the comment section. So please fill in within the day. Please let us know how we can improve our career sessions. So please be advised that recordings of this webinar will be posted in the Jobs 180 Facebook and YouTube channel. And for further information, please make sure to follow your school's career and placement Facebook page for webinars and other announcements regarding these activities. So may we also invite you for the next set of webinars that we are hosting on our page. So there are a lot this week and next week. After Holy Week. Ayan. So please check our Facebook page for the topics and you're welcome to join in any of those sessions too for free. So pwede din kayo mag-rewatch. So with that, kindly confirm if you got the link. It's on the comment section po. So with that, thank you so much for accommodating and attending the event today, and we look forward to having all of you in the workforce soon. So advance congratulations from us over at Jobs 180 to you guys. Thank you and have a great afternoon. Thank you guys. Stay safe.
Ang ikang taglay, PUP aming kamay.